Yeah, they were. We are live. Okay.
Hello, hi, a very good morning to everyone who is present here. I'm your host विद्या और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं साइबर टॉक्स में लव सर के साथ में, जहां हम बहुत सारी बेसिक चीजों को जानेंगे. स्पेशली आज का टॉपिक इसीलिए इम्पोर्टेंट है बिकॉज वी आर डिस्कसिंग अ रोड मैप हियर. हेलो लव सर, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग.
Good morning, Vidya. How are you?
आई एम गुड सर. सर, आज हम क्या डिस्कस करने वाले हैं? कैन वी गिव अ शॉर्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन टू आवर ऑडियंस?
GRC career roadmap. Many people have questions around how do I switch to GRC. Many people who are in GRC, they want to understand how can I grow to the next level. So all these things we'll see today, Vidya.
Okay, or I would like to tell my audience if they have any kind of doubt or something, they can just drop their comments down there and we can start with the first question. So, my
Sure.
first question is what exactly is GRC and why it is becoming so important today?
Sure. So definitely a very good question, and to start with, and basically GRC is all regarding governance, risk, and compliance. Vidya, okay. We need to understand that without GRC, there is no security framework that can be implemented in any organization, right? So you take any framework in order to implement it properly, you need to have a GRC understanding, right? Governance is important because without governance, if there is no governance, people do not know what exactly needs to be done, who is responsible for everything, where to go, what to follow, what not to follow, each and everything. Governance brings
Hmm.
clarity. Governance brings more clarity,
Yeah.
ownership to the people. Governance gives, and then we talk about risk. Risk is basically the core of information security, right? Risk management, risk assessment, identification of the risk, threat modeling, trying to understand what could harm the organization in a proactive manner is all about risk management. It is again one of the crucial aspects of GRC. Then we go to compliance, the last part of C, which is C. Compliance is there are n number of compliances, like we have a GDPR, we have DPDP, we have n number of compliances, HIPAA, there are n number of compliances which are there. Now with the emerging AI technologies, we have new compliances now for AI also, like there is EU AI Act now, which
Yes.
is actually governing the AI as well. So every day new and new compliances are coming. So GRC is something which sets a foundation for any organization. If they actually want to sustain in their business for a long term, I would say in today's world, it's crucial for any organization.
Okay, so basically, I'll give just a short description about it.
Yeah,
That
sure.
it is governance, risk, and compliance all
Yes,
together forms a GRC, and then it turns into a thing that we can apply it actually into an organization, right?
definitely. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Second question is that it is like most of the people get stuck here and they just do not know how to start. So if a fresher wants to start, how he can or she can start?
So for this question, Vidya, what I have done is that I have basically created this GRC career path hierarchy, if you see right on the screen. So
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
basically the
Yes.
entry level roles, if you can see, right? So these are all the roles where
Hmm.
anybody
Yeah.
who is a fresher, they can apply. And the most important part, if you see here, is the feeder roles also. Feeder roles are basically where people are actually working at the moment. If they are in IT support, if they are in basically network
Yeah.
administration, audit में है, कहीं पे भी है, they are working in all these
Huh.
areas. They're basically eligible to apply for a entry level role in the this GRC domain, actually, right? And below that, we have also given the required certifications that are required at each level. Like, what do you need at an entry level? What do you need at the mid level? What do you need at the senior leadership role? हर लेवल के हिसाब से we have break it down into different levels so that people actually can understand, and they can move forward accordingly.
Okay. Can we just play it one more time so that audience can
Yeah.
just screenshot that portion?
Yeah, sure. And we'll be referring to again and again, Vidya, because most of your questions today will be revolving around this thing only. That's why I prepared this document this morning only, just to make sure
Okay.
that people can get some takeaway from this particular podcast, right?
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. I would like to move on to the next question now.
Sure.
My next question is, what are the top entry level roles in GRC?
Again, if you see, these are the entry level roles, Vidya, you have on the screen now. Okay, you have the compliance
Mhm.
specialist, risk analyst, you have policy analyst, you have GRC
Mm.
analyst. All these are basically the entry level roles that people can opt for. Okay, and also I would like to show one more screen to you. See this. These are basically all the career options that any entry level person can actually opt for, right? They can actually go towards business continuity, they can go towards risk, they can go towards security audit, they can go towards third party risk, they can go towards data privacy, they can go towards compliance. So all these areas are basically there for freshers to actually opt for. Okay.
Okay. I have a doubt that many
Yeah.
people nowadays wants to grow fast. Gen Zs wants to grow fast in their career, grow and earn a lot of money in a small amount of time. How is it
Right.
possible in GRC?
Yeah, very good question, Vidya. Basically, GRC, if you see, every stage has some certifications here. Let me show you this screen. So
Yes.
you see at the bottom. So what
Mm-hmm.
happens is that if you are already in the job, let's say you have joined an entry level role in a company, and you are already working for last
Mm-hmm.
say, let's say 2 to 3 years in this particular entry level role, and then on top of that you complete all these certifications and you have a good understanding about all the topics that I've mentioned in the certification area, then basically you can work as a
Mm-hmm.
consultant also, right? So basically you are ready to earn
Okay.
more money, you can engage on more projects during your free time as well, because everybody has a me time, right? We have weekends off, and also during that time you can consult into further projects also if you want to earn more, right? So that is there, definitely that is there.
Okay. And what will be the early packages of that? Like
uh,
what
it
audience can
depends upon,
expect about it?
yeah. So basically what happens is that, let's say I'm an organization, right? So I want to hire some consultants, and I don't want to spend a lot of money, and I have the liberty of let's say 6 months to implement the project. So what I do, I
Mm.
basically hire some consultants who are already working, right? And these people have some free time,
Yeah.
so in their free time they can help me in my implementation. So it's a win-win for both parties actually, Vidya. Person can also earn money and the organization also gets benefit, right? So that is there.
Yes. Moving on to my next question, that is,
Yeah.
how does a professional from IT, QA, or edit transition into GRC?
Yeah, again today most of your questions are actually already covered in this chart. See, these are the feeder roles with like we discussed, right? See, so all these roles whatever you are
Mhm.
mentioning are already here in the feeder role section. So what they have to do, they have to
Yeah.
start with a certification called CompTIA Security Plus. They, even if they want, they don't have to give the
Okay.
exam also, but they have to understand what CompTIA Security Plus is all about. Okay, if they want to give the exam, it's up to them, but definitely understanding this particular certification would be a crucial point for anybody to begin their journey, right? So after that, what they can do, once they are familiar with the security basics and all in the CompTIA Security Plus section, then they can move to entry level roles into the GRC, and then this particular slide will help them to then choose which path they actually want to go. Okay, so this is how
Okay.
it will work for
Yeah.
anybody who is in the IT or any other domain, and they want to switch forward to the other domain.
Okay, now we have discussed a lot of certifications till now, but I want you to suggest our audience that what certification will help building a strong GRC
Only one. You
in
have to
their
start with
career path, and also,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead. Finish your question.
and also I want you to give a pro tip there.
Sure. So basically, one pro tip as well as the best certification that I can recommend anybody is to basically go for ISO 27001. Lead implementer course, because this is one of the foundational courses and foundational trainings that anybody who is opting for GRC, it's sort of a mandate. You need to have that. Without understanding ISO 27001, without understanding how risk works, without understanding how you create a policy. So as a fresher, as a newbie in the industry, people have tendencies to copy paste the policies. They want to copy the templates and all that, because they don't know actually how to create the policy from the scratch, right? So all these things we actually
Yes.
address in the ISO 27001 course that Cyber GRC provides. And all the complete course is a package. It's a practical hands-on package where you actually implement in a live environment, in sort of an organization itself. So that's how we have designed the course. So nothing is theory. There is no
Mhm.
slide in the entire course. So that is one of the most important tips and one of the most important starting points with it. I would say anybody that aspires to be into the GRC domain should opt for, actually.
Okay. My next question is, people have doubt, like everyone wants to grow now and grow faster and faster. But if someone is already into analytics, so how can someone move from analytics to manager or director level in GRC?
Yeah. So basically, you're asking how can somebody move from a beginner role like an analyst role to a manager or a director level role, right, in the future. So
Yes, yes.
yeah, again, Vidya, I would refer to this particular, slide. So if you see, it has a complete progression also. It has the entry level roles, it has the mid level roles, and it has a senior leadership role as well, right? So this is a
Yeah.
progression that you see. Okay. So people have to do two things. First of all, they have to opt for the mid-level roles which are mentioned here. They have to opt for the senior leadership level roles which are mentioned here. And accordingly, once you have got that position which is mentioned here, then accordingly, parallelly, you have to go with the certifications as well, which are mentioned in the bottom. You see, every role has a aspiring, uh, practical, parallel certification as well along with that. So those certifications along with the experience will actually help you move to the next ladder. Got
Okay.
it?
My next question is regarding uh, future about GRC. Like, what do you see after 5 years? What will be the trends after 5 years?
Yeah, a very good question, Vidya. Again, so basically nowadays, Vidya, you know that with the development of Chat GPT and all these new AI, tools which are coming out in the market. So
Mm.
everybody is using Chat GPT. I'm sure you must be using it, right? Everybody is using Chat GPT nowadays.
Yeah.
वो अभी
Yes.
आज का गूगल बन गया है वो. Now it is the next Google, right? So everybody now wants to
Right.
use chat
Yeah.
GPT for anything and everything. People are using it to buy their day to day items also, their day to day household items also, I've came to know. So it's like a it's like your friend now, your subordinate somehow, that's how it is. So more and more reliance
Yeah.
on these tools. Basically, we are feeding more and more data with them. Okay. So because now what happens is
Yes.
that now ChatGPT knows about Vidya that maybe Vidya's very close friend would know. You would agree with that, right, Vidya? Like
Mm.
some things which are only Vidya's personal things, but only a very close friend would know. Now ChatGPT also knows that, right? It would be there, at least a few of them, I could say, right? Not all of them, but a few of
Yeah.
them, right?
Yes.
Now don't you think we need to have some governance on these things now? Because without governance, without compliance on these things, it can go, anyway. You never know. Somebody somebody
Yes.
can, maybe hack these tools. There might be a data breach. We never know what could happen, right? So that is where I see more and more, coming up in the next 5 to 10 years, is around AI governance. Okay, that is why I started with my AI batch as well. We started with a great success, and already 50 people are there in the batch, and batch is excellent. A lot of interaction is happening. For the last 20 hours, we have only discussed what is AI life cycle, how AI works from the beginning till the end, what are the areas that we need to focus on for a responsible AI, what is the ethical AI. Everything we have drilled down to very, easily understandable level. So now people are so much aware about AI that, in the last session they were asking, love, we have spent 20 hours on AI itself. Now let's start the course. So they're so much excited to now start the course. So that is where I see the shift, actually, Vidya. More and more shift towards AI, more and more shift towards AI governance definitely will be there. And
Yeah.
people think that AI will take their jobs. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that, I'm telling you. Once you understand how AI works, once you
Yes.
understand AIMS, once you really understand ISO 42001, you will lose this misconception completely, because then you will see how AI is completely dependent upon human intervention till now. Okay, so it's far away what
Yeah,
people are
but
thinking,
humans
right?
are,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead, go ahead.
humans are too dependent on it because if I have to buy a skincare, I would go ask ChatGPT first, dude, this suits my skin. So this is the career. I will definitely ask about it. And I
Yeah,
know most of our audience must be done that thing.
yeah, definitely,
So moving
definitely,
on to my
yes.
next question, that is, yeah. Moving on to my next question, that what mistakes do fresher usually do in this journey of their career in GRC?
Yeah. So basically, I would not say it's a mistake from the fresher side. I would say it's the marketing, that is being done so heavily on some of the certifications like CISSP, CISM, CISA. They are so heavily marketed nowadays. You go anywhere, you will see these certifications on the top. But as a fresher, do I really need to become a CISSP? As a fresher, do I really have to become a CISA? As a fresher, do I have to really become a CISM? I don't think so. Because as a fresher, what is more important for me is, first of all, to decide this particular part. Let me tell you. Yeah, these are my career options. Now I have to, as a fresher, decide where do I want to opt in into these particular career options that I have in front of me. So a certification that can help me understand and choose these career options should be the one that I should go as a fresher, right? So rather than jumping
Yeah.
for, market created hype on all the big branded certifications and all, I would suggest, again, it is my personal opinion, people may differ with that, and I'm okay with that completely, but what I would suggest completely would be to start understanding where you want to grow as a for a career option in the next 5 years. Like, where are you yourself looking at? Do you want to become a TPRM analyst? Do you want to become an internal auditor, external auditor? Do you want to actually, go into risk management? What is your area of interest? Where do you want to grow? Because at the end of the day, uh, isn't it the only thing that matters with there? You tell me.
Hmm.
Because we have our own interests,
Is
right?
it possible in this? Yeah. Is it possible in this thing that people can do multitask and people can opt for different courses in the same career? Can
They
they
can
do
do that.
different certifications?
They can do that. But definitely, in order to start with something,
But is it
you
healthy to do?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm coming to. In order to start something, if you first of all need to understand how something is working, right? And in order to understand that, you need to have a basic understanding of everything. For example, let's say you go to a hotel, right? You go to a hotel, you don't order the first thing that you see on the menu, do you? No. You wait and see the whole menu, right? You turn the pages, you see upside
Yes.
down. Okay, what are the other items? Okay, do I know these items? If you are not clear on certain items, you actually call the waiter and you ask for the item, like what is this item all about, right? So this is what I'm trying
Yep.
to say. So this is what I'm trying to say. As a fresher, I should actually look at all these career options, and I should understand what exactly are they all about, and then make a wise choice. And then most important thing is I should go for a basic level certification like ISO 27001, which after doing which I can get a understanding around all these career options at least. Because once you have completed ISO 27001, then you can talk about data privacy, then you can talk about third party risk, then you can talk about risk management, then you can talk about governance and policy. So all these things you can talk about after you have done ISO 27001 only. Before 27001, it will be very difficult for anybody to even understand what these terms mean. मतलब ये मेन्यू उनके लिए स्पेनिश में हो जाएगा. It's like that.
Okay. Got it.
So
My
yeah.
last and the
So
final question is,
go ahead.
yeah, sir, please.
No, go ahead. It was a very good question actually, Vidya, because see, these questions people think a lot of time, but either they don't get the right guidance, I would say, and either they don't get the right support, and they end up, going for the, again, I would say heavily marketed, certifications, which are so much marketed nowadays that anywhere you see the ads for these certifications only, wherever you go. Okay, whenever you talk about security, people will start with, okay, are you CISSP, are you CISM, are you CISA? It's definitely nothing wrong having these certifications, but as a fresher, do I really need it? That is my question. Okay, so that is where we need to focus on more now. So we now need to change the narrative.
Is there anything that people are not aware about a fraud or or something like that? So how to save someone, like how to save yourself too from that marketing gimmicks and not end up buying those heavy courses and go for
Simple.
actually
Very
genuine
simple.
one?
Again, with a very good question and very simple. You decide where you want to go in your career. Like, where do you see yourself after 5 years, 10 years? If your domain is GRC,
Hmm.
okay, then why you want to do CISA immediately? Okay, because if governance is your domain,
Yes.
you should start from some governance level, basic level certifications, right? At least you need to understand how
Yes.
standards work, how ISO 27000 work, how information security governance work. Okay, you start from the basics. You don't jump to the big level certifications from day one. Okay, that is the only
Okay.
thing I would suggest to anybody. Yeah.
So basically, one should have a clear mindset from starting that what he or she wants to do in future and build a career into. But what if he or she changes mind at the mid level or when they have done their certifications?
Completely there. It's completely up to them to
Will be
change their
problem there.
yeah, it's completely up to them how they want to choose between these roles, how they want to switch between mid-level to leadership, to from mid-level to entry, how exactly they want to choose. It's completely up to them, Vidya. But again, at the end of the day, one thing they have to stick with, right? Because there has to be
Hmm.
one particular area they have that you have to be, expert at. Only then you can start going into the other fields, right? For example, let's say I'm good at risk management. Okay, if I'm good at risk management, then I can opt to any other field related to risk management or even close to risk management, right? But if I'm not even clear about what is risk management, which is the core of GRC, then forget about
Yeah.
anything else. I think I need to clear my fundamentals first, right?
Yes. So basically, one should not just go for it and be a good research, a good exploration, and about themselves too. That how and what I have to do in my career ahead.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly as a fresher, that should be the
Can
first
you
question.
just Can you just tell our audience that how they can explore, because people are just so confused and internet goes you that confusion is growing day by day. So how they can explore in such a world where things are really fast, internet is going really fast?
So that's a very good question, Vidya. There is a information overload. Definitely, information is everywhere. But what about the right information? That is your question,
Yeah.
right? Where to get the right information? Where to get the right
Yes.
understanding? Okay. Speaking to people, speaking to experts, like I am there. Prab Nair is there. There are many experts out there. Who can help the individuals to understand these career pathways in a better way. Okay, so people like us who are there every day out in the social media, we are interacting with people, we are trying to build more and more awareness around these things, so they can come to us. That is why we are doing all this, right? Podcast and all for them only, so that they can come and ask their questions, Vidya.
Yes.
That is, we are actually providing them a platform to come and ask them questions. Okay, it's
Mhm.
not like we're not asking them to go with whatever we are suggesting. It's just like we want them to know
Yeah.
what should be done from our perspective. That is the only take that we have on it. Simple. Now that's up to them whether they want to take that suggestion or not. But yes, definitely go with somebody who is already being there for last 5-10 years, established in the industry. Again, I would say myself, Prab Nair, people are already there in the industry who are established, well present in the market for so long. And don't uh, I won't say go with anybody who is just there for last 2 months, 6 months, or 1 year, in fact, because these people are new. They hardly know about this industry, they hardly know about anything. So I would not suggest that myself. Again, it's my personal opinion. Go with somebody who's already established, right? And then you take suggestions from them. I myself called Prabnar a couple of times when I was confused, right? So it's completely fine. It's nothing wrong with that, right? So that is where you need to take the right guidance from, actually.
Last and the final question. Here we discussed about totally about freshers. But what about professional too? What's your message to both of them, to freshers also and professional also, to grow in GRC?
See, as a fresher, first of all, you decide your zone where you want to grow. Whether you want to go into TPRM, whether you want to go into compliance, whether you want to go into business continuity, you decide your area of interest first as a fresher. However, if you are a seasoned professional, then this particular slide is for you. Then
Hmm.
you have to then decide how you can move the career to the next level. How you can progress your career to the next ladder in the career hierarchy. So this is the site that is for you, so you need to decide accordingly and do the certifications. See, for one thing, for both the professionals as well as for freshers, I would say, which is again a big a gap that I have seen myself. Understand the basic fundamentals first. Okay, understand why do we create a policy, understand why do we do a risk assessment, understand why is compliance important, understand the the people are understanding how to do something. Okay, I'll tell you a very different thing now, Vidya, because people are always understanding, okay, ye kaise karte hain, okay, how to do this, how to do that. Are it's okay, that too you will get on Google also. Now you understand why you are doing it, because once
Hmm.
your why is clear, then your what and how
Yeah,
automatically will be clear, right? So that is what I train my students on.
absolutely.
Yeah, that is what I train my students on. Your why
Hmm.
should be clear. Your why should be crystal clear. Why I am doing ISO for 2001? What if I don't do ISO for 2001? What will happen? How will ISO for 2001 implement
Yeah.
help me implement the business goals? Help me achieve the business objectives? These are some of the things which I
Hmm.
actually try to shift their mindset, so that they think in the right direction. Because tomorrow, that is the thing which will help them to speak with the higher management, to get approval from the CEOs and all for all these things. Because otherwise, if they are not clear on their whys, how would they get approval from the top authorities? They won't be able to do that, right?
Hmm.
And all these things, everything involves
Yeah.
budgets, and for budgets you
Yes.
need approvals, right? So that is all the thing that I want to add
Yes.
about. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. It was really helpful. I'm sure audience would have taken a lot of information from this, and I would like to tell all of my audience that this live session is being held every day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 10 a.m. So be there. See you tomorrow, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Vidya. Thank you, everyone.